Um, so today's wisdom is light and shadow, and we can see when there is no light, there is no shadow. So, um, what I'm trying to say is we are all born with that little some homework to do, which is our little shadow, and there's 7 types actually, which we can even say it's our ego. And we have to work on it to come to that trueness, that pure light that we are. But something is hiding that pure light. And the 7 stages, which I will shortly say, and you can see where you are in that ladder, and we have to work. So we haven't come to this world to, make ourselves happy. We are here to make ourselves conscious. And when we make ourselves conscious, the shadow, we are going to work on ourselves. And when we work on that shadow ourselves, that shadow, which is say this big, will then just shrink, 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 and there will be no shadow. And when there's no shadow, it's that permanent happiness. But what we are doing in ignorance is we are searching outside for happiness, carrying our shadow, and we find that everything is not really lasting, it's just very short. So the first shadow is we go about and we blame everyone for our unhappiness, because this one made me unhappy because of this, that one made me unhappy because of this. They have a lot of homework to do. The second ones are the ones, it is not even good state. They blame themselves for everything, that because of this I am not good, and I am not this, and I'm not that, and they self-harm in a way, physically, mentally, emotionally. So you have to rise above that. The third is the one that is also not that great, because you find with riches, with wealth comes roaming, and they're all the time roaming, because they feel that happiness is in that roaming, but it is not. So you know where you are, and you have to cut down on all that roaming, and come to know that it's time I have to face my shadow. So they're looking for inspiration outside, but they're not really grounding themselves. Then you come to the fourth one, is the serene, and I think this is the beginning actually of where you are growing. So with me, I found that serenity the first time I went to the ashram, and we had to be in that silence. A lot of people live their entire life and they don't know what silence is. So for hours and hours, when you are not allowed to talk, so 5 6 days you are not talking, you are doing everything without talking, not even expressing yourself like, have you eaten, or like this, none of that act. You are just within yourself. So it's that internet, and through that you come to face your shadow. Now you are facing your shadow, so you can see my body. It's a work of light and play. So I'm facing my shadows, and I want to work on what is obstructing the light, how much shadow is obstructing the light, and you start working on it. And when you start working on it, you are finding still within yourself that serenity. Okay, the fifth one is you come to yourself as a lantern. Yes, you have faced your shadow now, so you are shining, and when you're shining, you are a lantern. So what you are is you'll be placed in situations which is dark. So those people who are carrying a lot of darkness, you are standing next to them, and they may fear you. They may say, oh, you're too much for me, I can't handle you. It's okay, but at least they have tasted and the light, and they've seen what it's like, because some people who are really stuck don't want to change. So you go near to who are ready for you, and you uplift them through that lantern, your light. And it's a beautiful thing, because you are now going higher yourself, because from that you are becoming a master. And when you are a master, you're pleasing everybody, and you are, in fact, you are showing them, you're pointing them, and they have to recognize that in themselves. That's how easy it is, but it's a lot of work still. Okay, so the last one is you have completely purified yourself. Means there is no shadow. You are that supreme being now. That light within you is just radiating everywhere. And you are seeing the magnificence of this nature. And what do I mean by magnificence? Everything that is created, which is changing in front of you, and you are seeing everything change in front of you. So you're not rooted in that change. You have already rooted into your unchanging being. So it's a life of freedom. There is no pain as such. Everything around you is not really affecting you because you're so established in yourself. So even the relationship may not work, it doesn't matter. You are not going up and down like a yo-yo. So this is the work we have come to do. The 7 stages, recognize them and start working. Don't waste your time, in all the nonsense that the world is throwing. We can get so absorbed in it and we lose our homework. So start doing it and see how magnificent the nature is. Om.